Well, hello there, my glizzy gladiators. This would be what if Naruto was the reincarnation of Sukana and Gojo redo part 1. Alright? So, let me go over their abilities. Alright? Gojo, he has superhuman strength, superhuman speed and reflexes, tactical intellect. He also has like a lot of curse energy. He has excellent control over his curse energy. He also has his inherited technique. In Japanese, it's called the Makugen, but you could say limitless. He also has infinity. Limitless basically gives him complete control over space. Alright, and infinity is just a neutral form of limitless. It's basically able to slow down things to infinity, I guess. So yeah, he also has his curse technique lapis blue, curse technique reversal red. He also has hollow purple, a mixture of blue and red. He also has a barrier technique called curtain. He has his domain expansion called unlimited void. He has the Raikugan, other known as the Six Eyes. And yeah, let's get into Sukana's powers. Alright, so Sukana, he has superhuman strength, superhuman speed, superhuman reflex, superhuman durability, metamorphosis, meaning he can create new limbs and body parts and stuff like that. He has immense amounts of curse energy, maybe in the thousands. He has a reversal curse technique that basically blast energy or the curse that was thrown at him back to somebody else. He has binding vows. All right. So this will be when Naruto makes a deal with somebody and they break that deal, their soul will burn in hell. Right. He has dismantle a technique that dismantles his enemies. He also has a fire technique, and he has malevolent shrine, his domain expansion. All right. Now I'm also going to be including 2 miniature versions of the legendary demon sword from High School DxD, but it's not going to drain your curse energy. It's just going to have like demonic powers and curse powers. All right, because it's been weakened into 2 daggers. So yeah, but they're more like Tonto knives. If you've seen what Tonto knives look like, then you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so let's get straight into this video. You feel me? Oh yeah, Naruto, he looks more like Itadori. Alright, so yeah. So right now, we start off when Naruto is 6 years old. Alright, he's running from the villagers. He just got done pulling the prank, you know. And Naruto gets caught by some Chunins, and by 2 Chunins and 1 Jonin. Alright, because Naruto was incredibly fast for his age and incredibly strong. So then the Chunin and Jonin push Naruto down into a ditch, I guess, in like a corner, cornering him off, making Naruto panic, like, why do they keep doing this to me? Like, I know I pull pranks, but is it really this serious? Then the villagers finally catch up and they say, look, they stopped the demon brat. Then they just start beating up on Naruto, beating him up. And Naruto, he's like, you know what, I had enough. Like, he just thinking I had enough. Next thing you know, these black marks starting coming over Naruto's body. And So yeah, Naruto's getting these black like marks on his body, and next thing you know, Naruto just blasts one of the villagers off of him, and Naruto, he's in a blind rage. All right, just a blind rage. Just whatever he sees is gonna get eliminated, gone, zeroed. So now this isn't the first time this happened to Naruto, because when he was training with Hiruzen, this had happened. Hiruzen ended up pushing Naruto to his edge. Alright, so Naruto, so Hiruzen had some Jonis watch Naruto and carry some sedatives to knock him out. But his most trained Jonis, because whoever is in like a 5 meter radius, Naruto would sense. Alright, and they can't be coming at him with malicious intent, or his ability would just stop them. So, but the Jonis were kind of slacking behind today, because the villagers haven't attacked in a few days, so they're just slacking behind. And next thing you know, they hear screaming. They're like, Naruto, and it's a bloodbath. All right, people is exploding, arms is being broken up, and nobody knows what the cause is. And the Johnny's like, we don't sense Kurama's chakra. Is that secret power that Lord Third was talking about? Because they just see the bloodbath when they arrive there, and Naruto's just going on a rampage. All right, killing villagers and tunings, and one of the Jonis, hides his presence and tries to, kind of be calm and put the sedative into Naruto, and it works. All right, and Naruto passes out. All right. And they're like, "Whew, that was a close one. We don't want more of a bloodbath on our hands." Naruto still got the same amount of Kurama. Kurama still has the same amount of influence over Naruto. All right, nothing changed. All right. So, the Jonis. Oh yeah, the Jonis is Kakashi and Itachi. All right. Now the Uchiha clan never happened. I mean, the Uchiha massacre. Uchiha massacre never happened, right? So, yeah, it's Kakashi and Itachi. So, they take Naruto to Gigi's office, right? And Naruto, he's asleep, and Kakashi explains to Gigi everything that happens. And Gigi's like, that's different from the last time. That means he has more powers. You cannot let him go on a rampage anymore. I need tight surveillance over all villagers and all the tunings and Jonins, apparently. So, alright, 4 hours later, and I'm back. Alright, I had to watch some porn, some hentai, maybe some anime. So, I believe I left off when, Itachi and Kakashi bring Naruto back to the, to Gigi's office, right? So, Naruto, he's sleeping, right? And my guy is like Venom right now. All right, because let's just say there's like a bell that goes off for a Hokage summit and Naruto, and they haven't had a Hokage summit in forever, right? Because there was no need to. And Naruto hearing the bell, he's like Venom. All right, he's going. Hold on, I'm gonna play a clip. So basically, like this, and his face is like going like in a Venom movie. Like he's making those kind of noises, right? He looks like this, like he's just going crazy, and the third Hokage like what's going on with him, and nobody knows what's going on with Naruto. So then rules in, cause the bell isn't like a big one, but it's moving like a lot. He stops the bell, then it calms down. Naruto gets a nosebleed. So they're like, the sound irritates him. Now it's just now because his ears is so sensitive at a young age, and he don't know like how to like tone it out. So yeah, like the sound will really irritate Naruto. Why? Because I'ma just say that Sukana he had this disorder or disease where any large or high amount of sound his eardrums would explode. I'ma just say, all right. And yeah, but Naruto would just start twitching and yelling out of pain because his eardrums is feeling like they're going to explode, and he'll get used to it sooner or later. That'll stop, but it's just because he's so young and ripe and unripe. So yeah. So 2 hours later, Naruto wakes up in a sweat. All right, cause he met no, he didn't meet nobody. All right, he wakes up in a sweat because he had a bad dream. All right, and the dream was really vivid. All right, it was a 15-year-old Naruto, and he says, I had enough. And during the night, he just goes around murdering villagers, and then villager after villager, and the tunings and some jonings. And then next thing you know, Naruto, he releases a big giant fireball in the sky, releasing it onto the whole village, burning it into ashes. And Naruto's like, now Haruzi, he left to the bathroom, like he literally just left. So he'll be back in about a good 3 to 4 minutes. All right. So Naruto stands up. He's like, anybody here? You know, and nobody answers him. Naruto walks around, cause he's not in the whole Hokage's room. He's in like this little like lounge area that he's never been in, and he sees some books. He's like, all right, I might as well read till I know where I am. Pretty calm. And he sees that they're jutsu books, and he's like, oh, cool, so then I can learn some jutsus. And now Naruto, he's a quick learner, all right? He could just read something once and memorize it, but he still has to train, because just because he could read it once doesn't mean he could just watch somebody do the hand signs once, especially like somebody like Kakashi, doing like a million hand signs per nanosecond. Like, yeah. So he still got to train him, perfect the jutsu, use the jutsu in creative ways, yeah. So he's reading the jutsu books, And I'd say he read about 5 of them, alright? Because after Gigi left the bathroom, he went to the market to get some food and some research, and some of Jiraiya's research results, if you know what I mean. And he goes back to the office, alright? It's been about a good 4 hours. Naruto read about 14 books, alright? And Gigi, goes in to make sure Naruto's up, and he sees that Naruto's reading the jutsu books. Now, he don't care that Naruto's reading the jutsu books. Oh yeah, Itadori's hair is going back like in the Naruto picture. But anyway, so yeah. And he's like, "Oh, so you're up, Naruto?" And Naruto looks, he's like, "Oh yeah, hey Gigi, where am I?" He's like, "You're in the whole Kage's lounge." And Naruto's like, "Oh, okay. Um, what happened?" And Gigi's like, "Oh, after the mom came, you passed out. Not telling Naruto anything yet, because he wants to, learn Naruto's full power." Now, Naruto, while he was sleeping, while Gigi left, he was writing something down, alright? Now, all of his abilities. And Naruto like, "Oh, wait, Gigi, I seen this paper. I think I wrote it down in my sleep." And Gigi looked, and he's like, "Huh, so he must have written down his powers in his sleep. He must have had a dream about them. But these words are spelled good, so that means maybe something else was writing it for him." Now, it was Kurama writing down Naruto's powers on a piece of paper from Naruto's dreams, because Kurama, he can hear what Naruto's thinking, and she can hear what Naruto's thinking, and she can also like communicate with Naruto, alright? Now, he's like, okay, kid got some good power. He could be a potential whole Kage. Maybe something even better than that. He could be a feudal lord or a god. This kid is powerful. And then he's just going over Gojo's powers, by themselves. And then when he sees Sukana, she's like, "Wait, what?" And then in parentheses it says reincarnation. And she's like, "Wait, isn't that the king of curses?" And then he makes sure that his eyes ain't playing tricks. And he was a victim to Sukuna, alright? He ain't get hurt, but he was trapped in his malevolent shrine. And when he reads the details of malevolent shrine, he's like, "Yo, so this kid is the reincarnation of that person? He's even more dangerous than the Nine Tails. And he also has the Nine Tails in him?" Oh, gosh. Like, he's just scared. And Naruto also still has blue eyes. Don't forget that. Yeah. And whisker marks. So, Naruto. Now we go on to the next day. Alright, this will be the day Naruto saves Hinata and 3 other girls. Alright. Now, first Naruto saves Hinata, alright, just beating the bully to a bloody pulp, and she was getting bullied, because of her white eyes. And Naruto's like, "Why were you getting bullied?" And she's like, "Because of my eyes, and they think they're weird." Naruto looks at her with his beautiful eyes and says, "Your eyes are beautiful to me." Then he leaves, and she is like, "Oh my gosh." Like that, yeah. Next girl he saves, I'm gonna say, is the Otsutsuki. Yeah, but she ain't no like princess or anything. She just ate her father, and she's strong, but she gets teased for how her skin looks. And yeah, Naruto beats up the bullies to a bloody pulp, smashing their heads and beating them up against trees. And she tells Naruto thank you and gives him a hug, and she runs off like, oh my gosh, the perfect man's like, you know. Then the next girl Naruto saves is Ino. All right, he saves her the same way he saved Hinata. All right, and she just got bullied because she just got bullied. I don't know what to say for her, cause you know she ain't no thotty yet. So um 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 Naruto. He says, I'm just saying because she looked ugly and she had a big nose. All right, and Naruto says your nose is perfect to me. Like he's not really knowing what he's doing. Like he just earned all those girls' hearts and making Kurama jealous in the process. So Naruto he goes on, right. He's doing some push up and he goes to sleep. Well, no, he's meditating and he's in his mindscape. All right, and Naruto's like, where am I? And he hears this sweet voice of a sweet lady. It's a busty redhead. And Naruto's jaw dropped. He like, and fixes himself real quick. You know, he's like, who are you, lady? Now, Kurama could just feel Naruto's lust, and she got like a grin on her face, like, huh? So it worked. But she says, and she just sees Naruto and just start crying because of course she's gonna cry once she's a female, and after all she did to him too, because this is how we want Naruto to win her affection, I guess. So yeah, and she just sees him on Naruto and just starts crying. And Naruto runs up to her and she's like, what's wrong, ma'am? And then, you know, just feeling him touch her makes her cry even more. And she's like, why the villagers hate you so much? And Naruto's like, that couldn't be so. She's like, yes, I'm the Nine Tails. And Naruto's like, in his head, not knowing Kurama could hear his thoughts. But see, babe, like that is the Nine-Tailed Beast? Dang, she hot. I don't care. She could be a wife. Yo, I just snorted. Nart, and let me tell you, alright, she's wearing a black kimono with red stripes in it, alright? Her hair is red with some black stripes going through it, and she has her 9 tails, alright? And I'm saying she's about double D's, alright? Yeah. So, Naruto's like, I need to remember her measurements, and just stares her down, thinking like she ain't noticed, but she can hear Naruto's thoughts, and she's like, and she's thinking, dang, this kid is perverted. So Naruto's like, well, ma'am, I don't think it's your fault, and she's like, yeah, I was put under Genjutsu. Naruto's like, see, it wasn't your fault. And Kurama's like, kid, you're so forgiving. And Naruto's like, yeah, I know. And alright, Naruto, he's a scruffy looking kid, alright? And Naruto's like, and Kurama's like, if you need anything, I'll help you, alright? And Naruto's like, anything? She's like, anything. And Naruto gets a grin on his face. He's like, okay. Can you make me hotter? When I'm 13, going on 15 and stuff like that. And she's like, and she laughs. She's like, really? Is that all you want? Naruto's like, no. And he gives her a description, all right, of Arnold's Vertigo's eyes, all right, how he has the eyes of destruction and could see stuff. I don't know what Arnold's eyes ability is, but yeah, just demonic eyes. And she's like, is that like gonna be a genjutsu? And Naruto's like, yeah. Let me think of a name, all right. I'm gonna say the Shinsei Nagan, alright? Divine Eye of Light, and I stole this name from Anime King. Go follow him. He's a good YouTuber. I love his content. He's the reason why I started making anime videos. And yeah, I saw this one from him. It's called What If Kurama Gave Naruto a Dojutsu? And it's a great series, alright? But it goes from PG to 18 plus really quick, so I'll be careful, alright? Okay. But anyway, so Naruto he he's like, yeah, and make it easier for me to gain muscle, you know? She's like, anything else? And he's like, when I'm 17, if it's not long, give me a 7 inch, alright? And she's like, and she's just thinking, ooh, real perverted kid. Yeesh, already thinking about that. And she's like, okay. And Naruto also said, oh yeah, can you, like, make a way that we could talk to each other? Like, without me always coming here? And she's like, oh, there already is a way, the mental link. And Naruto's like, alright, make one. Alright, now she just hopping around, playing with him, right? So she's like, well, the only way to do that is, I'm gonna say physical contact or something like a hug or a kiss or something, alright? And Naruto's like, oh, okay, cause he was just joking around about all the stuff he was talking about and thinking, but she's like you love it or not, but this kid is still 8, alright? Now, no, I ain't gonna do none of that stuff. I'm gonna wait till he's 15, alright? Yes, sir. But, Naruto, he gives her like a kiss on the cheek, and she's like, mental link done. Now Naruto's face is just red, like redder than my PS4 remote, alright? And if y'all could see it, y'all could see how red, bro, no, not my face. If y'all can see that red remote over there, Naruto's face is even more red than that, alright? Yeah, crazy, huh? So, Naruto just passes out and wakes up in the real world. And Kurama's like, ooh, kid, that took a number on you, huh? And Naruto's like, don't mention it, okay? Alright, so, Kurama's like, hey, Naruto, and Naruto's like, hey, Kurama, do you mind helping me train? And Kurama's like, sure. And gives Naruto a training regimen, alright? Now, the next day, Naruto's training, and the third happened to be walking by that training ground, and he sees Naruto running laps, and he's just watching him like, wow. And of course, some of his Anbus watching him, and they're like, yo, that was an even more stricter training, that's an even more stricter training regimen that we had to do. Alright, because Naruto's running a 5-kilometer lap every 10 minutes. He's doing 300 push-ups, 300 sit-ups, 300 jumping jacks, 300 pull-ups, crunches and lunges, and he's doing jutsu trainings and the cage bungee and shadow clones. But no, he don't have shadow clones or the cage bungee. So Naruto. So then Naruto, he's like, whew, and passes out from exhaustion, but he's not passed out. He just sits down. Then he just stands up and walks over towards Gigi to get some, I'm gonna say, freaking Gatorade, and he just starts sipping on that Gatorade, and Naruto's like, "Hey, Gigi," and Gigi like, "Hey, Naruto," and Naruto asks, and Naruto says, and Naruto's like, "Oh man, I've been training my butt off," and Gigi's like, "Yeah, I see," and they just talk. Naruto leaves. He gets chased down by the mob, beat up, but it was, but he didn't, but Sukana didn't activate. All right, and Naruto ends up going to the hospital. He had a broken rib and his arm was broken, and Gigi was so mad, and the hospital people was mad because they didn't get their chance to torture the demon brat. And Naruto wakes up. Gigi like, "Oh, Naruto, thank God you're awake." And Naruto's like, "Hey, Gigi," and Gigi's like, "Yo, what's up?" And Naruto says, Can you do a favor for me?" And Gigi's like, "Let me guess, ramen." And Naruto like, "Yeah, we could get ramen later, but do you mind going shopping with me?" And Gigi looks at him and he says, "Sure." But as soon as you get healed up, Naruto's like, "I think I'm all healed up." Taking off his bandages off of his arm, he can move his arm. And then the one of the doctors that actually liked Naruto does a X-ray scan. Yeah, does an X-ray scan, and his ribs is healed. So Haru's like, "All right, let's go, Naruto." You feel me? So Naruto is walking, and they get to a shinobi slash jujutsu sorcerer store. All right, Naruto buys he buys the set of legendary cursed blades. All right, now nobody knows what they are. They just thought that they were some weird looking daggers. All right, but not knowing that they came from the legendary cursed sword. And yeah, he gets 1,000 kunais, 1,000 shurikens, 500 smoke bombs, 500 seals. He gets a tonto knife. He also gets some fishnet armor in black, blue, and yeah, black and blue. And he gets about 30 sets of of each. All right. Now Naruto, the cashier tried to overcharge Naruto. All right, it was only 7,500 yen, and he tried to charge Naruto million yen. All right, now Gigi was counting everything in his head, and he comes in, cause there's, I mean, no, because, and then he just comes in with Naruto, and when he hears that the cat catcher is trying to overcharge him, he gives him the death glare, putting some key in the air. He's like, "Why are you trying to overcharge him? Don't you see the Hokage is in your presence?" And he like, "Sorry, Mr. Hokage." He normally still, and Gigi just stops him there. He's like, Stop the cap right now." You feel me? And Naruto, he says, "Can we go to the clothing store?" And Gigi's like, "Yeah, sure." And Naruto's like, and Naruto is about to walk in, and the worker sees him, and he goes to push Naruto out. Then he sees Hiruzen walk up behind him, and he just walks past Naruto. And Naruto, he goes to buy some outfits. All right, he got the drip. You feel me? Got some got an Ambu outfit, but it looks a lot nicer. All right, got some designer shirts and shorts and stuff. Cause he been saving up his Hokage dad money. You feel me? And he got himself a watch, a shinobi watch that's jutsu proof and waterproof, so it don't get broken. Um, he, yeah. And then Gigi, he hears Naruto's stomach rumbling like hard, and he says, "Lift up your shirt." And Naruto lifts it up, and he's like, "Why are you so skinny, boy?" And Naruto's like, "Well, some days I will go hungry because they will overcharge me for food, and the only stuff they let me buy is ramen. So sometimes I go hungry to save money." And she's like, "How much money do you have saved up?" And I was like, "Well, I had about, I'd say 2 million yen, but yeah, 2 million yen." And she's like, "Oh nah, I'm gonna buy the food for you." And he walked into the store. And Naruto go there first, and all you hear is, "Get out of here, you demon brat, or out!" And they just feel key in the air, and Gigi says, "Oh, yo, what?" And the guy's like, "Oh no, 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 he's not here causing trouble." And Gigi's like, "Bruh, if you lie to me one more time, I swear to God, your family will never find your body." And a cold sweat just drops on everybody's face. All right, even Naruto. And G's like, "All right, let's go shopping, Naruto." Like his mood went from freaking his mood took a whole 2,065 degree turn. All right, like yeah. And Naruto, he buys some ramen, some chicken, little stuff he could cook. Now the chicken's already done, cause I don't want to get my boy Naruto no salmonella poisoning. You feel me? And yeah, no Kurama, no, not yet, not yet. So Naruto, and he also, like, my guy has to be like me. All right, he has a secret stash of candy bars. All right, now Naruto, he says, "Hey Gigi, could you hold this and go outside, but close enough that they can still see you?" And Gigi's like, "Sure." And Naruto goes into the candy aisle, and he buys 100 boxes of Hershey's, 100 boxes of Reese's, and 100 boxes of Tic Tac mints. All right, because I love Tic Tacs. All right, I can eat a whole container in 5 seconds. Like, yeah, my breath be minty fresh. I have like 5 containers now, like one per day, maybe two per day. All right, so yeah, he buys his little chocolate stash. You feel me? And yeah, he pays them the correct amount because they tried to overcharge him. And yeah, Naruto leaves. He's like, "Thanks, Gigi, for holding the bag." Then he grabs the bag, and he's just excited, that he got the stuff. He just looking down, and he bumps into this girl. All right, and her name is Hinata Sugar, and Naruto's like, "Oh, Hinata, was it?" She's like, "Yes, sorry." And Naruto's like, "No, my bad." And they walk off. Naruto's like, "Now that I get a glimpse of her, she's pretty cute." And Kurama's like, "Oh, so you like younger girls?" And Naruto's like, "Wait, what?" Kurama's like, "She's younger than you." And Naruto's like, uh, she is 6 and Naruto is 8, so yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna make Hinata younger than Naruto because younger people could go to the academy too. So yeah. So Naruto, and she's going to still be in the same class as Naruto, all right, because they got mixed grades in the class, all right. So yeah, and of course Naruto's going to be taller than her because there's always that one couple where the male have to look down on the female, all right. Yes, sir. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? So, yeah, Naruto gets home and no, instead of Hinata, he's walking, looking down, and he bumps into this lady. She has red stripes on her face and spiky hair. And Naruto's like, "Sorry, ma'am," and she's like, "Oh no, it's fine." And it is Tatsumi Inuzaka. Yeah, Kiba's mother. And Naruto's like, "I'm not gonna lie, she's hot." Hot. And he kind of says it out loud. And her really just juggles. I mean, chuckles. And Kurama's jealous. And she's like, "Well, Naruto, if you like older women, you can always go out with me." And Naruto's like, "Sure, one day." And Kurama's like, "Okay, I'll hold you to that deal now." Naruto being the little flirt he is, the little Italian man, you feel me? She gonna take it like a real mafioso one day, you feel me? Yeah. And Naruto, he gets home, right? And he takes out the daggers. He's like, oh no. GD gives him 4 security seals. Naruto places them around his house and activates them. He deactivates them when he leaves and then activates them again after he locks the door. So yeah. So Naruto gets home and he says, "Hey Kurama, what kind of blades are these?" And she's like, "Well, bring them into the mindscape." Naruto's like, "I could do that." She's like, "You don't bring the actual thing, but you bring copies, and they're the same as that actual thing." Naruto's like, "Oh, okay." Then he focuses, and he's in the mindscape with them. And yeah, he gives them the Kurama, and and she's like, "Wait, these are cursed swords, legendary cursed swords to be exact. But why aren't they draining your cursed energy? Strange." Then Naruto's like, "Oh yeah, strange." And Naruto's like, "Why do you have to live in this dump?" And Naruto's like, and she's like, "Well, I can't do anything about it because of that seal." And Naruto's like, "All right." He goes, tries to rip up the seal. He meets his father, you know, and Naruto's like, "No, I can't. She's not what they say she is. She was in a genjutsu. She didn't mean to. She was sleeping." And Minato's like, "You're just like your father. You like redheads." And Naruto's like, "I guess I do. You feel me?" A little chummy chummy, you know, that mushy mushy. You feel me? And Naruto rips off the seal, opening up the gate. And Kurama's like, "Why did you do that, Naruto?" And Naruto's like, "Well, anything for my 9 tails." And kind of petting her tail. And she does like a little, you know what I mean. And she's like, "Stop that, stop that." And Naruto's like, "All right, then." Right now, Naruto's thinking, what should he get for her? Next thing you know, grass appears, alright? Then this nice little one-person mansion comes up, and it has silk sheets, and, oh, the best of the best for the night, you feel me? And, Naruto also wishes her some tiny foxes, and a clone of Naruto to keep her company. I do not want to know what she be doing to that clone. All right. Now, yeah, some baby foxes, you know, and yeah. Naruto leaves the mindscape. He's like, "All right, Kurama, I gotta go to bed for the academy tomorrow." All right. I said Naruto's 8, right? So we have a 6-year time skip. All right. Naruto is, I believe, to be 14. Okay. And Naruto, he's pretty built for his age, okay? That's all I got to say. Naruto is in his middle school years of the academy. Alright? And he's in the beginning of 8th grade, alright? His 8th grade of the academy. All right. Now there is no college. All right, but you graduate when you're 16. All right. Yeah. Well, that's if you pass. If not, then you gotta be there for an extra year for the next exam for the flunkies. And Naruto, you know, he just watching his fangirls, at their cheerleading practice, and he's like, dang, over the years he done got hot. Even like Hinata went from a shy little twink to like a stick that has two ladybugs on it. You feel me? Went from a piece of paper to dang, bro, a bottle of wine, bro. I was spending $100 on that thing. You feel me? Like that. You feel me? And the little Otsutsuki girl, I'ma just name her Shion, alright, from that time I was reincarnated as a slime. Yeah, Shion. Dang, bro, she is good in all the right places. Okay? Now, Naruto, he's just watching them, alright? And those are clones training, alright? Because they want to go get some stuff, and they see Naruto watching them, and there's just this gleam in his eyes, and they're like, which one is he watching? At the same time, not knowing that they're all fangirls, and then they look at each other, and they're like, oh my gosh, are you Naruto fangirls? And they're all like, yes. You feel me? So, yeah, so Naruto is just watching them drawing pictures of them, and he drops one of the pictures, and it lands in their hands, and they see Naruto drew in a bed. The minute Naruto is at the center. Alright? Period. Alright? And they all just get a blush on their face and pass out. Alright, the clones did a spell. And Naruto sees them, and he's like, oh. Grabs a picture and leaves, bro. Like, he's still dense, but he likes to play, like, tease them. So, yeah. So, Naruto and Kurama's gotten really close, They've been hanging out, chilling, Netflix and cooling, between our friends. You feel me? And Kurama, she just keeps looking at Naruto, alright? Like, she had to resist the urge many mating seasons, okay? Like, that's all I gotta say, okay? And she's like, I can't wait till you turn 16. You'll be all mine. She just thinks. And, Naruto thinking, oh, man. Cause he just, thinking in his head, and she can hear. He's like, man, if I get to CRA, who will be my main chick? You feel me? Would it be Kurama or Shion? I'm like, Kurama, she's good in all the right places, so is Shion, but dang. I mean, like, I'll tap Kurama any day, you feel me? And Kurama, she's hearing this, she just can't take it no more. She's like, oh, man. Ugh. She just takes a Naruto clone and just does anything, alright? Now, Naruto, he's still, I guess you could say, ripe, because it's not a real version of him. It's a fake clone that he made. Yeah, so anyways, and Naruto don't get any memories, okay? But, yeah, so Naruto, he's still right, but anyways, Naruto, he goes to the training ground, right? And he's been training on Sukuna's and Gojo's abilities. And he's pretty darn good at using them, alright? So now I'm gonna skip 2 years, alright? Naruto is 16, alright? Naruto is taking the ninja assessment test, alright? And no, this will be 3 days before that, alright? Naruto brung his sword to the school and his daggers, alright? And Sasuke looks at him. He's like, dope. Give me the sword and the knives. Naruto looks at him. He says, is you talking to me? Is you talking to me? Because I know you ain't talking to me, alright? I spent my money on these things, alright? So if you want to get them, drag your emo look yourself to a store. You know what? Ask your brother to give them. Because who you think you is? You feel me? And Sasuke's like, oh. And next thing you know, you hear the screech of the Banshee sounding like Godzilla. She's like, Naruto, give Sasuke-kun the swords and the knives now. And her just thinking, if I get Sasuke-kun the swords and the knives, he'll love me. You know. So then Naruto's like, girl, who the hell raised you, bro? Like, why the frick do you sound like Godzilla? Like, your screech explodes my eardrums. Like, it takes the Nine-Tails years to repair them. Like, everybody would love it if you learned the definition of shut up, be quiet, and calm your voice. Like, and she just goes, Naruto normally does what I says. And if I told you that the world is gonna burn, never mind. Anyway, so everybody's like, burn. You feel me? And you know, she's like, yeah, Piggy. And I'm like, yeah, forehead, because Sakura calls Piggy. Anyway, so Naruto, he says, where's Aruka Sensei? Now, Sakura, she's just so dazed, alright? And she slaps Naruto, alright? Now, she slapped him so fast that his infinity couldn't react, alright? And Naruto, she's ticked off, alright? He's like, the frick was that for? And she's like, well, and then she couldn't even finish talking, alright? Because next thing you know, she is flying out of the building, alright? Naruto pimp slaps her. She flies out the 3rd-story window, flies through another window, flies out of that side, and freaking lands inside of a training ground that managed to have a lake. And she just survived. And they're all like, yo, why'd you do that? And Naruto's like, what? I held back a lot, so can't say I killed her or anything. And they're like, you held back? The frick, that wasn't your full strength? Naruto's like, dude, never use your full strength. And never show your trump card too early. And they're like, dude, you're freaking smart. And Naruto's like, I know I am. You feel me? So, Naruto, he just like, okay, just talking to him, you feel me, normally, and Naruto just stops him. He says, where is Aruka Sensei? And that's where I'm going to leave this one off. Please like and subscribe, and tell me any recommendations in the comments. Peace.